But this is a big bone. The little bones that I don't want in the soup are these ones in here. And I'll show you that in a minute. If I can get one out of here, I'll show you. Right here. It's like a cartilage bone. Look at that. You do not want these in the soup. And you'll find these in the turkey legs. All the turkey legs have them. You do not want that in the soup. You don't want people biting into that. This bone can go back in the soup, and as we cook this broth, it's just going to add more flavor, and we can pluck it out after. Okay? And it's going to be the same, actually, with this bone. We get the meat off of that, and we'll put that in there too. Okay? And as these bones cook, we can actually pull the bones back out and look at them, and the meat will start falling off, and more this thing cooks, and we can pluck all the meat off. When we get to a certain point, we can throw the bones right out of there. Okay? So I'm going to get these back into the soup broth, and then I'm going to start to show you how to get the noodles cooked up, because what I do here is I cook my broth separately from my noodles, and then I'll cook the amount of noodles I want. In this case, I'm going to do a box of 90s up, elbows. I won't mix those with my broth, because as they sit in the broth, they're just going to cook and cook and cook more, and they get too tender. What we want to do is we want to take our soup and add to our noodles to make our cup of our meal, either a cup or a bowl. Add cheese to it, add crackers to it, whatever. I'm going to get this stuff into the broth, and I'll be right back. All right, now we've got this turkey soup coming up to a nice boil here. It's actually at a medium boil. And oh my God, is that smelling good. Now, we're going to throw some of the leftovers into it from turkey dinner from Thanksgiving. We got some turnip here. You don't need to do this. I do this at my house. Helps get some leftovers. But I cook turnips. I actually got a butter turnip that I cooked, okay? And I'll show you that in another show, how to do all these side dishes. But I'm going to throw a spoon of turnip in here. That's going to help thicken that up. I got some candied carrots here. I'm going to throw 2 spoons. What the heck? I'm going to throw 3 spoons of candied carrots in there. Then I got a little bit of butternut squash. I'm going to throw 1 spoon of butternut squash in there. That's just going to help do nothing but flavor this soup. And it's going to actually thicken the broth up a little bit. Now I'm going to stir that in. And we're going to get, look at that. Oh my God, does that ever look good? Oh, smell that turkey soup. Okay, that's been boiling up pretty good there. I'm going to get the macaroni going. And I'm going to cook 1 box of elbow macaroni. This is a 1-pound box, 16 ounces. I'm going to bring my water up to a boil. I've shown you how to do this before, but I got me a pan of cold water, and I'm going to bring this up to a boil. Let me get the oven going here, the stove. We're going to put top on this, bring that up to a hard boil. Once it's at a hard boil, I'm going to put this macaroni in there and stir it a little bit, put top on it, and get these just so they're tender to the chew. The PapaTucks chew test. And then after that, I'll run these through the colander, put them back into the pan, and I'll take a few cups of my soup and put in there so that they don't stick together and they'll have just a little bit of soup. And then you'll spoon these out and add some soup to it as you want. And I'll show you that in a minute. I'll be right back. All right, our water is up to a real hard, fast boil. And it's time to put the noodles in there. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up that box of macaroni elbows. We're going to dump them right in there. And we're going to stir them right up so that they don't stick together. We're going to put that top right back on there, and we're going to bring them right back up to a hard boil. And I'm going to keep stirring them so they don't stick together. And I want you to remember something. Turkey soup, homemade, chicken soup, things of that nature, poultry, more than anything. As soon as you're done feeding everybody, this starts to cool down, put it right into the refrigerator so that it doesn't spoil. Because it will spoil. As soon as it starts cooling, it starts spoiling. You don't want that to happen because you can have lunches and whatnot off this for a couple days. It's absolutely delicious as long as it's refrigerated when you're done with it. Do not let it set out on the stove more than a few hours when you're done serving. Get it right into that refrigerator. As soon as these noodles get done, we're going to throw a bowl of soup together. All right, these noodles are done. They boiled about 5 minutes. I did the true test and they're absolutely perfect. So and perfect in a good way. Yeehaw! All right, so let's get these babies strained. And we'll be ready to serve some soup. Pot holders here. We'll strain this out slow again now so you don't get burnt. Remember, all you new cooks out there, you do not want to get burnt. Pour that out there slow. Just like that. We're going to actually take and put them noodles after we strain them right back into that same pot. Get all the water out. We're going to dump it right back in there, like so. All right, and we're going to put a little bit of green olive oil in there, just so they don't stick. Not a lot, just a little bit. We're going to mix that right in. Okay, and then we're going to take some of our soup broth, which is done to perfection, and we're going to put a little bit of soup broth in there so that they don't stick together along with the oil that we put in. Not a lot, because we don't really want the noodles cooking anymore. Just about like that. And we're going to stir that in. And we are ready to serve some soup. So, let's show you what it looks like. Let's take some noodles out. Remember, I don't put the noodles in the broth together. I do it separately because you don't want your noodles to keep cooking and cooking. There's some noodles. Let's get some nice soup on here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that, huh? Oh, yeah. My God, does that ever look good. And let's put a little bit more broth in there. Now you can put some butter on this. You can put some crackers with it. You can sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it. But look at that. Doesn't that ever look so good? Huh? And oh my God, smell that. My boys love turkey soup. Yeehaw! Turkey soup, PapaTucks Kitchen tonight. Well, that's about it for the show. Remember, go on down and view the books. We got the children's book, Pumpkin Bunch. We got Cooking with PapaTuck. That's what the cooking show is all about. And we got my new release, The Outlaw Deer Hunter, based on a true story. All right. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Yeehaw! How you doing? Let's get serious here for a minute. I'm Peter from Papa's Cooking Show. A lot of you have probably seen the show where I'm teaching people how to cook, and it's based on my cooking book. I'd like to get serious here for a minute. I want you to know that this is all about the food pantries. I'm filming these shows on this beautiful island, Martha's Vineyard, in the state of Massachusetts. And you know, even here we've got hungry people. My show and my books are all about feeding hungry people, and I'm trying to do that through the website. I have a website where people can go and purchase my books. Portions of my proceeds are going to food pantries all over the United States. And yeah, I'll see you on the show. Have a good day.